Hey everyone, Marathon Hurdler here, back with some more Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we made our escape from Galbadia prison, and now we're headed to the Galbadian Missile Base in order to try to stop the missile assault on Balamb Garden. And as I mentioned in the last episode, I just met you there at the entrance to Delling City, and once you get there, the car is just waiting for you. So we just hopped on in, and now we are ready to head to the missile base, which is not that far away actually. So we're already here. That's one nice thing about the cars and vehicles in this game, is that they tend to move pretty quickly, so you can cover a lot of ground very fast in these things. But they do require fuel, which costs a lot of money, so it's generally not worth it to rent cars, especially once you have encounter none, but never turn on a free car, right? But yep, now we're here, and apparently our scheme, whatever it was, worked out, and that was an interesting parking job. Ah, but it looks like we found some uniforms. That's why it worked out. I like how all the uniforms are so differently sized, because all the Galbadian soldiers look the exact same, and Sophie is much smaller than a typical Galbadian soldier. But I'm sure no one will notice. One thing that's interesting about this game, or maybe not interesting, but one thing I never really noticed before, is if you look at the information for the different characters, like their character bios, Squall is like 5'9" or something like that. He's pretty short when you really think about it. I think the tallest character is maybe Irvine, who's like 6'1" or something like that. Overall, they just aren't very tall though. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so we can't get in this door. What we need to do is we actually need to come to this door, and she'll say it's locked. Oh, I guess we actually have to go to the panel here. So let's walk to the panel. And yeah, we don't have an ID card, but luckily Irvine found one. So yeah, what a coincidence. The guards just happen to have IDs for the missile base, and just one coincidence after another. And it works. Awesome. But yeah, now we're going to head on in here and let's see what we can do to stop this missile launch. Now, for the most part, we're just going to walk by quietly. For the most part, it's not that hard to avoid getting in trouble here. Just I don't know, be smart about it, I guess. It's really not that hard, as long as let's get the options here that are going to pull up in a second. Well, I guess he's being nice. But in the previous one, you know, you have the option of walking quietly or running or whatever the case may be, and pick walk quietly or pick to be cooperative for the most part, and as long as you do that, it's really, you're not going to get in trouble. If you do something that's going to harass the guards, they will come after you, and then everything gets all messed up, and we don't want to run into encounters, so don't even, just cooperate with the guards as much as possible and you'll be fine. Now let's see here. I think what we need to do is, do we need to go in here first? There's one or two areas that we need to go in first, and I always get the order mixed up. Let's see. Nope, that's not the guy I need to talk to. Yep, so it was the other room that we need to head to. So where we're gonna go is we're gonna head to the room over here behind the stairs, or beside the stairs, I guess, to be more accurate. And then what we need to do is, I think we need to talk to these guys over here, maybe. There we go. Yeah, that should be it. So this is what you want to see here. You want to talk to these guys, and then they'll say it's time to do the inspection. Although we already had a launch, so you think that they would have already inspected the room for us, or inspected whatever they were going to inspect, but I guess not. Alright, so now we got to go and tell them at the missile launcher that to go on ahead without them, and yeah, so it's weird because, you know, we're cooperating here, but it seems like you're going against what you're supposed to be doing, right? helping them out to actually bomb Balamb Garden, but I suppose you could say they're just biding their time, perhaps, waiting for the right moment to strike. So go on ahead. You guys need to go on ahead without us. Exactly. Well, that's no good either. So we're playing Messenger. This is fun. And by fun, I mean not very fun. But, oh well, what are you gonna do? So yep, now we gotta walk all the way back. And now we're gonna tell them that they're too busy to go. And so what they're gonna do now is they're gonna send us, or, sorry guys, I spoiled that about 5 seconds before it actually happens. What are they doing over here anyway? Are they fishing or something? Shooting the breeze? Smoking? Man, they are really, this one guy is really dedicated to being lazy if he's going to send 3 people he doesn't even know to do his maintenance work. And this guy doesn't want to go either. Whatever they're doing, it must be something fun, or this work must be really boring, or both. Anyway. Yeah, blow the place to smithereens. Woo. Now, let's see. We're going to head upstairs now and head back to the room that we were, where that guy was telling us how nice we were for walking in a line. And then, yeah, that'll be simple enough. Exactly. Yep, your shift's over. No need to pay attention to us. Just let us do what we need to do. And so now what we're going to do is walk over to this panel over here. Just hit whatever. I don't think it really matters what options you choose. You're going to end up doing the same thing either way. Well, that's no good. Nothing happened. Bang on it hard. And yeah, you just basically have to hit the square button. And Selfie makes a very awkward gesture with her hands there. And eventually it will break whatever this core little generator thing over here. There we go. And yep, it's done. Awesome. They can't launch missiles without any power. Seriously, we should leave. Well, what is next? That's the question, right? I'm not sure what we're supposed to be doing next now. Uh-oh. Gotta try to talk our way out of it. See, this is the obvious one. You don't want to choose to fight them. Not gonna work. And say we were gonna call on you. Got it. Let them take care of it. Or we'll take care of you. Haha. Didn't even see it coming. Too bad Galbadian soldiers are like the weakest enemy in the game. You really stood no chance against us. We're way too powerful now. Do you blame her? They just blew up her home. I mean, I'd be out of control if you blew up my house. Anyway, now what we gotta do is head back where we were a second ago, over to the area of the save point. And then, yeah, a little cutscene here. And then it'll become pretty obvious what we need to do next. Yep, so we head down here. And then once we go over there, it actually sends us into a little mini area, which was not there before. And then, yeah, this guy comes out. Again, you want to play it cool. If you choose the other two, the guards will go, well, the alarms will go off, and then you'll have to start fighting some battles. Sure. again, help out. Not that hard. You don't even need a guide for this. I don't know. I mean, I think they're sleeping on the job. Resting in peace, if you will. So now, see, this is where I'm starting to say, I get that you don't want to be suspicious, and obviously I'm playing it this way, but we're going to push the missile launcher into its slot. That just seems like a lot of extra work there. Anyway, you just got to run between these two soldiers, and then, yet again, you get to smash the square button. Nothing more fun than just randomly smashing the square button over and over again. And we're still hitting the square button. Still doing it. Yep. This is what JRPGs are all about right here. This isn't even a mini game. This is just like, it's just, did you really need to make us do this? You couldn't have just done it yourself. I mean, I know some people complain that JRPGs today play themselves almost, or, you know, there's not enough control for the players, but does anyone really miss doing something like this? Like, I think the better option is just to not have it in the game at all, but anyway, we're done. So now I think we talk to this guy, and then he'll give us, yeah, and we'll get access to the control panel, which is what we needed. So we'll run over here, investigate the control panel. We don't want to smash it. We don't want to smash it. Exactly. We don't want to launch the missiles by mistake. Yeah, let's hold back and just play around with it for a little bit. Now, it's very important that you do this next portion correctly. Because if you, I'm not sure, from what I've heard, you can get a game over if you don't do this correctly, but I've never actually just done this incorrectly, so I've never had to worry about it. It's pretty straightforward what you need to do, but alright, so let's just toy around here for a little bit here. But yeah, first thing we want to do, we want to set the area ratio, and this is basically all we need to do. I was going to look at some other stuff, but first thing we need to do, and the main thing we need to do here, is to set the area ratio all the way to the maximum. All the way up. And then you push X to exit. Then you go to data upload. You have to upload the data or else you haven't done it correctly. It's okay. And it defaults on no, so which is kind of messed up on their part, but yeah. And then upload the data for units 1, 2, and unit 3. And then you're basically done. If you want to continue to play around, you can, but you don't have to. You can't really do much else anyway. For example, if I go up to set target, it'll say I'm restricted or something. Yeah. You need authorization. Alright, we got it. And then, let's see, what else is there? I think there's one other thing. We go to equipment, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, we have missile launcher. We have the cruise missile. And this is where, see, this is where it gives you a hint on what to do there. Though they put it, where they put it, it kind of puts it in a weird spot. I don't know. Anyway, now there's supposed to be one other thing that I can show. Okay, EZL is just telling us the same thing again. I thought for sure that there was like a little extra scene that you could see with like a soldier dancing or something if you do it correctly, but I can't remember for the life of me how you're supposed to do that. And I didn't actually do it in my test run because, you know, I don't know, it's not something I thought was important. I got so caught up in just doing the big things or the major things that I needed for the max stats that I didn't pay as close of attention to all these little smaller details, and yeah. But as you can see, the accuracy rate is very low, the air ratio is really high, so we've done that all correctly. And yeah, let's head out. And now that we're down there, to confirm the coordinates, we need to head over, or head down here. Talk to this guy. Exactly. So now at this point, shoot, I forgot to junction up. I think I still have a chance to do it. I think I should still have a chance right here to do this. Let's see. Because we're about to, minor spoiler here, we're about to fight another battle in a minute here, so I need to make sure my characters are all junctioned up, and I don't think I junctioned them, I don't think I switched my junctions after the last battle. But we have a chance to do it here, so good. So let's just do a quick switch. Bring that over. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Not like it really matters too much, but there we go. Oh, and while I'm at it, one other thing. I haven't done this for a while, and I feel kind of bad about it now that I think about it. I haven't shown you guys what I've been doing with my GFs recently. And, I didn't mean to... I thought I switched that, but I guess I was resetting so much trying to get the missile that I haven't really been paying attention. But yeah, but this is actually a good thing that I'm showing this off, because I actually did want Brothers Learning Spirit Junction, and I just forgot to switch that earlier. But for the most part, it doesn't matter what you have people learn at this point. If you are someone who is interested in doing your level grinding before Disc 2 is over, which you can do if you got a Rosetta Stone earlier, you might want to have Brothers learning the HP up abilities. But if not, it literally does not matter what you learn, because we've got all the abilities that we really need at this point in the game. And when the time comes for us to do our level up, or for us to finally start doing our level grinding, we're going to have access to way more AP than we will ever need. So yeah, it doesn't really matter what you need, what you have your GFs learning, but that's kind of what I have them learning. That's what I have them learning right now. I'm just going to do a quick Cura across the board, and now we're ready to go. Exactly. Don't be so suspicious. What? How did you know there were intruders? And no one else noticed that the salute was wrong before? Huh. Oh well. Time for your transformation scene right there. I like how they kind of made fun of, I guess, any anime where that happens. But yeah, now we have a little boss fight here. Now this is unfortunately one of those cases where it's a boss fight that gives you experience. And this almost never happens. But because it's technically a boss fight, you can't... I'm trying to think how to explain this. Because it's a boss fight, you can't... what was I trying to say? Because it's a boss fight, you can't use... you can't use break on them. That's what I'm trying to say. It took me way too much to get that out there. But yes, you can't use break on them, but you do get experience for the battle, so that's kind of unfortunate. But they do have the Confuse spell, which I am interested in picking up. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 300 copies of that spell, and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got the spells that I was looking for there, and I actually realized about halfway through that I didn't need the Confuse spells, because I don't use them until much later in the game when I'm starting to do my level grinding, and at that point, you know, you don't even, at that point I don't really need, or at that point I already have a backup save file where I didn't need to draw those spells at this point because I'm not using them, but nonetheless I have them, so, and nothing else reminded me to tell you guys to do it, so yeah, there's that. But we're going to try to, but now that we've finished that battle, we're going to try to finish or find the panel where, the correct panel for for the missile codes or the missiles there. And I can tell you right now, it's not in this room. I think there might be a couple other places. You have to check like a couple places, I think, before they'll let you move on, maybe. Yeah. So I do have to continue. You do have to look at all the spots here, and I'm missing something. I keep trying to. Oh, he did find it. Huh. For some reason, I thought we had to go to the other room. Yeah, the self-destruct mechanism is in the other room. That's what it was. Okay. Like I said, these little details, I sometimes get them confused. But, oh well. There we go. Okay, so what we want to do here is, or they're going to give us an option for how much time we want to put on the clock. Pick 10 minutes. It won't take you that long to get out of here. And if you do it, you will be able to use a shortcut to get out of here, so that's nice. So now we can just walk through there. If we didn't do that, then I think you have to go all the way out the long way. So yeah. And as always, whenever you kill soldiers in this game, but they remain on the screen, it always means something bad is going to happen. And in this case, this guy is raising himself from the dead to launch the missiles. Spoiler alert, the missiles are being launched anyway. I thought for some reason they were going to actually say that directly. But yeah, the missiles are being launched. And now we get to see a little cutscene here where everyone's taken off. And we get to see a ton of soldiers just running for their lives here. Why they feel the need to show this off, I do not know, but it is what it is. There are certainly much longer cutscenes out there, such as in the next game that I'll be playing. But yeah, I spoiled it like 2 minutes before, or a minute before it happened. The missiles are being launched. We didn't really do much to stop it, unfortunately. Maybe we should have fought harder. Maybe we should have actually resisted instead of going along with them, and then the missiles would not have been launched. No, it wouldn't have mattered, actually. But one quick thing to mention is the reason that I chose this party is that all of them have 1,000 experience to the next level to begin with. And as you saw in that battle, we got 300 experience points for defeating those enemies. And so if it was Squall or Pieces, they'd be dangerously close to getting a level after this battle. So by doing this, you can let people who have more experience to gain absorb the blow, and very soon in the future we'll have an ability that will allow us to reduce the experience that we get in just about every mandatory battle from this point on. So that'll be nice. But yeah, this boss battle is not that hard. As with literally every other boss battle that we've been fighting to this point, you just keep using your melee attacks, and they go down pretty pretty simple, pretty easily. So yeah, and every time you do a certain amount of damage to it, one of its little turbines there blows up, and yeah, I think we just need to do a little bit more damage. Oh, actually, we don't need to do any more damage, or do we? Nope, we need to do a little more damage. And so, 1 or 2 more hits, and then this whole thing will blow up. This should do it, I think. Yep, perfect. Oh wait, we're still not done? Man, this guy is has way more HP than I thought he did. There we go. So it's 4 of them. And then the whole thing goes up. Yep. And then you have some soldiers who are going to come out here in a second to replace them. And these are just your typical Galbadian soldiers. I mean, nothing challenging here. They'll go down. They'll basically go down in one shot a piece. Yeah, that's really going to work out for you. Or not. Yep. Like I said, these guys are a joke. Easy enough. Hooray. Battle's over. And then for that battle, we get the Next Weapons Monthly Magazine and a potion, which we will never use. And after that, we're just... well, there we go. After that, we're stuck here. There's no way to get out. And I'm not sure exactly what the trigger is for this. I've done this like 6 or 7 times. Still can't figure out the trigger. To the best of my knowledge, you just have to run around, run back and forth a couple of times, and then... yeah, this cutscene will start. Nope, I don't think... no. Yeah, exactly. Squall isn't exactly the party planner type. Well, that's surprisingly mature, Zal. And then he just goes and throws it all back. Well, that is why I put you on the team, Irvine. Whatever. I don't trust you. Well, what does it matter now? You're all about to get blown up. Yeah. That's no good. Yeah, that's really not good. There's really no way to survive that, right? I mean, look at that. You have the whole building just went up in a ball of fire. There's no way they survived that, which is unfortunate. But Balamb Garden still looks okay, so that's good. It does look like they did it. Seriously, we should still be concerned, though. We do have to report to the headmaster. Yeah, so that's all there is to that. But now that we're here, I think I'm going to end this episode now. And next time, we'll try to track down the headmaster and warn him about the missiles that are on the way. Until then, this has been Marathon Hurdler. I want to thank you guys, as always, for checking out my videos. And hopefully I'll see you next time.